I was sitting down in class and I was doing the things that I had to do for the course, and then it just kind of dawned on me that I literally hate my life. Hey guys, welcome back to another video of mine. Like, it's been a hot minute since I made a video, and guys, when I tell you that I've been going through so many different adjustments in life things, and things have been happening and I'm trying to cope with them, yeah. Vlog diary to be coming out very soon. I have some footage videoed already, but a lot of things have happened since I recorded that, so it's just been a lot. But moral of the story is, I'm changing a little bit of my career path, and I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to do, what could be best for me in my future. I'm gonna tell you guys about it. It's just, bear with me, I have a lot going on. It's finals week. You know how it is, guys. I'm always suffering, and I also didn't have my coffee this morning, so I'm really just like emotional. I am very much deprived right now, and I have bags under my eyes. This is about as natural as you guys will ever see me, because I feel like I look like a piece of shit. I figured it wouldn't hurt to make a video about kind of like things I wish I knew before going to college. I'm currently in college. I attend the University of Central Florida, so this is more of like a generalized video. If you guys go to UCF and you want me to make a UCF related video like I have in my past ones, I will do that. Shamelessly self-promote myself, but I do make music. I have a SoundCloud. If you guys would like to check out my SoundCloud, I have it in the description box below with the link, so please make sure you check out my music, because I am currently working on a new track and I would love to know what you guys think of my music. Okay, but let's get started with today's video. First thing is, it's not how they make it seem on TV and books. So that's a given. Anytime that I watch a movie or I read a book or anything, I'm sorry, my room is literally right next to the road, and I just wanna, whenever I read books and watch movies, I remembered I was always like, oh my god, they glamify like college so much, and it's like everybody that goes to college is like living their best life and they're doing these really amazing and great things, and it is like that. But the part where it's not like that is, you don't seemingly make friends like that. You don't seemingly I don't know, I just feel like the way that people have made college and university seem, it's like when you go, you have an array of friends and an array of people, and you do these things. And to be honest with you guys, from my personal experience, it's not really like that. If you don't put yourself in a position that you can interact and meet all these types of people, it's not just gonna happen. And the best way is to just get involved, join any clubs that really resonate with you in your campus, and don't get too hard on yourself when you just don't feel like you're not getting to where you want to get when it comes to the type of lifestyle that you had thought you would have when you go to college. It's not really like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a bunch of friends right away type of thing. It's kind of like, you gotta build that for yourself. I don't think you should go into it thinking like you're gonna have all of these people and friends in your life, because guess what, when you have high expectations, you get high pain reward. Wait, what was I trying to say? If you have high expectations, you will have high pain. Okay, next thing that I want to say is, be aware of your spending. So I currently have been, I make this little inside joke, I'm like a little refugee, because I feel like I spend a lot of my time out here, and then I go back home and I spend quite a bit back at home working and doing the things that I did before I came back, or before I moved away to college. And then it's just super funny, but that's just the way that I've been dealing with things. But it's extremely hard if you're like me and you're just in school and you don't really have like a job right now. Just please be aware of your spending, because it does get expensive, especially if you're like me, just going to school. You have to pay rent, or you have to pay certain utilities and things in your life, and those things do add up, and it's difficult with time. I hate that I have to limit myself from how much Starbucks I can get, or if I want to go out today, or if I even can go out today. So just please be aware, because you don't want to be crying in your sleep because you don't have any financial means to get by. Anyways, make a guideline of what you want to accomplish each semester. Can I speak? I've always loved being organized and planning out my things in advance, so I always like to make little guidelines of what I want to accomplish each semester, right? Because you don't want to get into the semester and feel like, oh man, I don't really know what I want to do. Or if you're a spontaneous person and you've always been a spontaneous person and you've just kind of went with the flow, go for it, you know, if that's your cup of tea. But for me, I've noticed that things usually are better if I plan them out, if I'm aware of what I want to do and how I'm going to do it. If you plan out your semesters in advance, you'll be able to do the things that you want to do, and if not more, because you're kind of like already having an idea of what you want to get done, if that makes sense. So if it's whether you want to join a club, if you want to try to look for some internships, if you want to get a recommendation letter, you'll already be able to have that stuff planned out, so when the semester starts, you're on your A game. I really hope that, like, you know, you guys do take this type of advice to The next thing I'm gonna say is you'll probably switch your majors. So I basically was in a predicament where I was about to be changing my major, but I ended up switching routes, and I don't want to talk about my own self things right now because this is gonna be like things you didn't expect, or things I wish. Jesus Christ, if I can get my shit together. What I was trying to say is, girl, a lot of times you don't really discover what you want to do until you're doing it. So for me, a lot of the times I ended up being in a lot of times I find out through the type of class that I'm taking. So before I decided to major in neuropsychology, I took a bunch of business classes and I did things of that nature that I thought that I'd like HR. I was really interested in HR work. Obviously I'm not doing that shit, but anyways, whoa, just be aware, like, don't feel like you can't do certain things or take certain classes. I encourage everyone to do classes that they're interested in, but don't feel hard on yourself when you're not interested in it in the way you thought. That's a good sign. Why? Because you're finding out what you like and what you don't like, and that's so important in life. Feel like it's an achievement because at least you're doing this now, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to end up in a career that you don't like. You don't want to feel like you spent so much time and energy doing something just for you not to get that payback reward. So don't be hard on yourself if you switch your major. It's okay. I just want to let you guys know I love you and I care about you, and if any of you guys ever want some advice or feedback, or if you just need a friend to talk to, my social medias are on here, on the link in the description box below. So don't feel like you can't talk to me. I'm definitely here for you. Hanging with that, you'll feel really lonely. So ever since I moved out here, which was about almost 4 months now, it's like I said, it's been really hard. I've had to, you know, kind of rebuild an entirely new life out here. I don't know a lot of people. Thankfully, I have an amazing roommate, and she's really helped me get out of my shell and just, you know, try to find out the things that I like and I don't like out here. But you know, it does get hard because you're having to restart. You don't know the area, you don't know people, and I feel like ever since COVID hit, a lot of people have been a lot more socially awkward than usual. So it's just been a struggle, but I feel like if you're optimistic and you continue being yourself and you continue just kind of pushing it through every day that you can, you'll be okay. The one piece of advice I have to say with being lonely is that don't think of being lonely as a bad thing. Being lonely allows you to not only explore who you are as a person, but it gives you a lot more time to reflect and to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, and, you know, think about things that you didn't think about before. Next thing I have to say is join a club. I kind of feel like this semester I kind of came out here I wouldn't say unexpected with what to think, but I feel like this semester for me wasn't as eventful as I wanted it to be. But to be fair, I don't really know the area that well, and I'm trying to figure out my footing. Wish that I joined a club or I did something a little bit more academic in the campus that I'm at, because, you know, it's isolating, like I said before. But I encourage you guys to join a club. Make sure you join something that's literally true to you. Don't just join a club because you're like, oh, I'm bored. I mean, you could do that, but I feel like try to join a club that you feel like is interesting. Join the meetings and see if you can meet people like that. But I feel like joining a club is a really good idea, and it looks really good on your resume and any other things that you do. Next thing that I have to say is get out the house even if you don't want to. So I noticed that I'm like a very emotional person because every single one of these topics has to deal with me like trying not to feel horrible about myself and making little advice and tips for you guys. Ever since I moved out, I've noticed that I've relied on my parents a lot for emotional support, and you're probably gonna be in that same boat. For me, I was never super close with my family. When I was living with them, it was like I would get into arguments with them every day, or it almost felt like I wasn't really living the life I wanted to. And ever since I moved out, our relationship, I want to say, is a little bit better than how it was before. And I rely on them a lot for emotional support. And my dad gave me really good advice, and he was telling me that, you know, when I start to feel down on myself and I start to question my life and I start to feel really like depressed and sad and lonely, get out the house, guys. Like, do something, whether it be go to Starbucks or go to a random coffee shop, or go to get some food by yourself, or go to a park, or do something, or go to a store, even if it's to go window shopping, because if you don't have money, don't stay at home, because you're going to spiral. If you're anything like me, you're gonna spiral, and when you spiral, it just gets worse. Like, it's not gonna get better. Please get out the house, try to do something, even if it's to drive around town to literally nowhere, just like do something. Try forming study groups in each class equals finding friends. So it's literally a given. If you're both struggling with a really hard class, you're gonna end up making friends because of it. I've made friends like that before in the past. So if you guys are a full-time student and you're in a class and it's really hard, please take advantage of that, because there is people that probably feel the same way as you. And don't be shy to be the one to be like, hey, do you want to study for the next exam coming up? Do you want to be in a study group? And I guarantee you that you will, one, get a good response back, and two, probably be making friends out of it. So please, please, please do not feel like you cannot talk and say, hey, like, you know, just put yourself out there and see what happens. If you're anything like me, you're gonna end up having a lot of free time, and you should use it to sharpen your passions and take care of yourself. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm being very, very, very transparent. I am doing only 2 classes this semester, and I really do feel like I could have done more, because I just have a lot of free time. And it can be a good thing or a bad thing, but it's just like, I'm the type of person where I may complain a lot about having a very busy schedule, but I enjoy having a busy schedule. I enjoy feeling productive. I enjoy feeling like I'm doing something in society. And having a little bit too much free time makes me almost feel like, damn, what kind of purpose do I have in life? Think of things that you can do. I love working, I love having money, so I would say, you know, you can do that. But if you end up in a situation where you just have way too much free time, and you know, you just kind of feel like you're going crazy, use that time to sharpen your passions and your skills and take care of yourself. So I have a guitar. I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar, and I'm trying to do more painting and doing little things here and there that I wouldn't usually do, because I was always working before I went to college, or I moved away for college. So I feel like it's really important to do the things that really make you as a person, and you know, because who knows when you'll have that time to do it. Next one, go to different academic buildings to find events and opportunities. So guys, literal life hack. I'm literally trying to tell you guys, life hack. I didn't even think that this was like a thing, but so when I go to school, I have a lot of free time because I'm only taking 2 classes. So it's like, how much can you really, you know, like how much time can you really waste with having just 2 classes to worry about? So a lot of times I would be walking around school just kind of like wondering what to do. And I personally love exploring. I love just going around and looking at everything and anything and just being like amazed for no fucking reason. Even though I have no business being in there, I just like going in there because I think it's cool. I don't know, maybe I'm weird for that, but I go in them and there's like this really big bulletin board and there's so many opportunities and events listed on there. Like, there's different job opportunities, there's different events, but you know what I've noticed? And this is another life hack. So if you're wanting to be a doctor or you're into biomed or anything like that, make sure you go into that building itself and look at the bulletin board, because a lot of times people are hiring for a position. So I think I saw a poster that was saying, you know, lab assistant, you know, so they were currently hiring and things like that. So I feel like make sure you just take that time to kind of like go around and see what's open and present to you. You're only destroying your opportunities by like locking yourself up in your house, because it's like if you do that, you're literally never going to be able to see what's available to you. You go to a big university like mine, the different colleges have their own things. So if you're really wanting to do something with numbers, go into the College of Mathematics. If you're wanting to do something in engineering, go into the engineering building. Like, you know, please download Yelp to find cool things to do in the area. So another thing for me. So I'm so weird. People make fun of me all the time, but I have a Yelp account and I love having little folders for things that I like to do. So I have a food folder. I have a food folder, and basically it's like all of my favorite places that I like to go to. And then if not, I also have another folder for like things that could be fun to do. That's something that you guys should do within the area that you're at. Like, downloading a Yelp account is a really good bet, and you can make a folder like I do and just like kind of pick and choose what you want to do, because I've been known for having the best places to eat at. Like, I was always that friend that people would go to ask like, hey, where should I go to eat food, because like, you know, all the good spots in town. So just saying, you will never feel like you know what you're doing. So I still to this day don't feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel like I portray that I know what I'm doing, but a lot of times I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So it's okay, take it day by day. You're a college student. I feel like that's achievement, like that's an achievement in itself, you know what I mean? Like, people are very lazy these days. People do the bare minimum. And so, hey, like, the fact that you got to this point in your life, the fact that you're pursuing a bachelor's degree or like a college degree in general, like, hello, be proud of yourself. Like, literally, there's so many people who just feel so awful about themselves and they don't do anything to fix it. So you, my friend, you are doing a lot better than you think you are. So I'm just saying. Next thing that I will have to say is advisors only help you so much. So I'm not trying to talk shit, but I'm basically talking shit. Advisors are literally awful. I feel like I really needed assistance on things, and it was more so the fact of you can go online and take a look for yourself kind of thing. And I don't know if it's like that for every other place, but advisors suck. Don't be discouraged if they don't really help you the way that you think that they will. I personally like to ask I like to ask advice from a multitude of people. Like, I like to ask advice from people that aren't even affiliated with the school. Like, if I have to go to another campus, if I have to go reach out to somebody else for advice, I will. But it's just unfortunate, but a lot of times the advisors, at least in bigger universities, just tend to kind of blow you off and tell you to go online and look at it yourself, which I think is literally the dumbest thing in the world. I'm literally wasting my time to talk to you, but okay, I'll go fuck myself. Check university event page daily. So like I said before, the school has an array of events, and it's up to you to kind of like look and scout for them. And a big way to do that too is by going on to your university's webpage and finding the events calendar. So there's always things happening, there's always events happening, and you'd be surprised. And you know, if you're looking for something to do and you're wanting to put yourself out there and be more involved in your school, that's definitely something that I would consider doing. Last thing that I have to say is breathe. You got this. So guys, it's so hard being a student, and it's so hard trying to like juggle your academics and juggle your social life and juggle your health and juggle like, you know, I personally like feel like every day that goes by I'm understanding myself more and more and more and more and more like I already at one point thought that I understood myself. Next it's like I don't really know anymore, and it's like the, you know, so it's a constant like, am I just insane? As long as you try and as long as you put the effort, I think that your rewards will be handed to you. And I'm a very firm believer of that because I've experienced it myself. Before I end off this video is that just also don't feel stuck in anything that you're doing. Feel like you did so much time and effort into something and you're like, oh my god, it's too late, like I can't, like, dude, it's never too late. You know, if you're in a career that you don't like, it's not too late to get out of it. If you feel like you don't like what you're studying, it's not too late to get out of it. Like, it's only as late as you make it seem. If you want to get a certificate, like if you want to go to a certification program for something in medicine, you could literally Google medical certification programs, and there's programs on there that you can take online and you can get a certificate and then you can get a job. So it's like there's a lot of different types of things you guys can do, and you don't have to feel stuck, you know? Don't feel stuck. It's gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna end off the video here because I kind of hit all of my bulletin points like that I wrote down for today when it came to this video. I'm still trying to figure out this entire college thing myself. Like, I've only been to community college, so this is kind of like my first taste of like what university life is like, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. Make sure to let me know down below what your experience has been so far within college and university, and if you guys have any tips and tricks for me, please make sure to share them because I am still trying to figure it all out myself. But I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. I'm so tired. I haven't had any coffee today, and Usagi over here is literally like, why are you so cranky? So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Starbucks, probably study for my final exam that I have coming up, and cry at the same time. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Why did I sound so awkward saying that? Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I like post videos very periodically. I don't have a schedule, but I'm trying to make one eventually. Okay, bye guys, I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Yeah.